Hi guys, good morning. Happy Thursday to you all and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest and super good, very exciting episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which gave us all sorts of hijacking movie vibes, I mean. Alright, now before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, as usual, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on the latest Star Trek Strange New Worlds episode, which is today's episode, which just dropped on Paramount Plus, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. Oh, what an exciting episode this was. You know, I was trying to think to myself while the hijacking takeover scene was occurring aboard the Enterprise. I'm like, I think the last time and the only time we've ever seen the Enterprise taken captive in terms of like a terrorist takeover was when the Ferengi did it to the Enterprise during an episode of The Next Generation. It's the same episode when several members of the crew were inadvertently turned into children due to a transporter malfunction. But they used that to their advantage to take the ship back. And then, of course, they changed themselves back after all the Ferengi were captured. And I don't think we ever saw a takeover like this in the original series or the couple of some of the episodes I've seen of Voyager. Well, no, the Kazon did take over Voyager once or twice, I think. But anyway, point is that it was exciting to see a successful hijacking sequence occur in the Star Trek franchise aboard the Enterprise, because it was very reminiscent of some of my favorite hijacking films, Air Force One, Under Siege. And it was just very cool to see that happen in a Star Trek episode. I loved how Pike quickly turned the tables and did the whole mutiny maneuver thing, whatever they called it, Alpha Brega, that was called. And I was immediately suspicious, and I called it. I called it that doctor or that counselor was one of the pirates involved. I didn't expect her to be the captain, but she was involved after all. As soon as she pulled her guns on Chapel and Spock, I'm like, I knew it. I called it. I may have called it, but it was still entertaining to watch. It didn't annoy me or piss me off. I just knew I had guessed correctly, because I'm like, how many counselors have got a face tattoo like that? And why do all these pirates look a lot like her? Because it did consist of humans and aliens, but a lot of them seem to have facial tattoos like she did. So I was very suspicious of her. She was a great bad guy, by the way. I don't know who that actress is, but she did a great job in this episode. And I love the fact that she actually got away, because she could return either as a great protagonist or perhaps enemy turned ally, since she doesn't seem to be pure evil, but she just goes about doing things in a very negative way. I wasn't sure if T'Pring was going to learn the truth or not about Spock and Chapel faking their affair in order to get out of their hostage situation, and so the exchange couldn't go through. That was a brilliant ploy, by the way, and I was suspicious that's what Spock was going to do when he told Chapel, I apologize in advance, please follow along, and sure enough, she caught on like that. And I think the other thing that also helped is there is a growing mutual attraction there between the two of them, because there's definitely sparks have been established between these two in earlier episodes, and I feel like it really helps that there are sparks there, because it what helped sell that whole thing to T'Pring and made that hostage exchange not happen. And speaking of hostage exchange, even though it's from one of my all-time least favorite Star Trek films, apparently they're bringing in Spock's half-brother, who was the main villain in one of the worst Star Trek films ever, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, which I really did not care for. But he was the main bad guy in that, and also tried to get his hands on the Enterprise in that film as well. But I'll admit, it was kind of a cool reveal towards the end of this episode, when Spock was revealing to Chapel whom he believed the Vulcan was that they were trying to exchange him for. So I'm guessing that was the pirate captain's lover or friend, is his half-brother. So interesting twist, but an overall very fun, very exciting episode. It had some of the good old-fashioned Star Trek feels and tropes to it, with its own twist, which is like the whole hijacking thing and dealing with space pirates. I don't know if we ever saw original series or the other shows deal with space pirates, but this show did a great job handling space pirates, and I really liked it a lot. It was a fun episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. What did you think of this episode? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more Star Trek videos like this one. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching, and of course, until next time, live long and prosper.